In this painting, we're painting something from Crested Butte, Colorado, right on top of the ski mountain. In this reference photo I worked from, there were ski slopes going down all around, and this mountain here at sunset was just gorgeous. So we're going to be looking at painting distance, the color of air, getting transitions in colors. This little spot of light is a lot of fun to paint. You'll see kind of how you make something appear like bright light streaking across the hill. So a lot of fun stuff in this one. Hope you can join us and paint along. The mountain we're going to paint first, those distant hills, and it's blue with a little bit of red in it up at top of the quinacridone red.
Now this toning is one I haven't seen you do before.
Yeah, this is on this dark blue background. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
I drew that out a little earlier, just kind of quickly sketched out those things. I'm going to add a little bit of this burnt umber also to the bottom portion of this color here. So now I've kind of got 4 colors. Okay, see, this is the main thing that caught my eye. It's the kind of the main attraction of this painting is this big blue shape. And so I take a little extra time getting it right. Now I've got 4 distinct colors that will make up this distant mountain. Whenever I go to do this, I realize that I can't always see the transitions very well. So I kind of have to trust what I did just now mixing and just go with it. So like whenever I go to change the color, it's not always as dramatic as I feel like it should be. But I also know that as it dries, I'll be able to see those colors just a little bit better. Now, as I go up, it transitions to this green without the brown or extra red in it.
By looking at this photo, I can really see the Purple Mountain's majesty.
Yes. What we're really looking at when we're seeing Purple Mountain Majesty, we're looking at the color of the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as we look at these mountains, we're seeing brown and green mountains plus 4 or 5 miles of this air color. And the color of the air is really very close to what we've mixed up in paint here. So now it's time to shift into our color that's got the most red in it. And this seems really light, but I'm okay with that. I know that the sky is going to have to go, another 1 or 2 steps lighter than this, but I know I can do that. And then whenever we get down here to do the blend, I just kind of do a few strokes carefully, and that looks pretty good. Now for the top of this, I'm going to push that warm color and make it go a little bit orange even, because right up along the top of this ridge, the mountains are really more lit up. As it drops down, I'll mix some more of these other colors in it to just make it a little bit darker. All right, so I'm going to do this foreground. It's going to be several steps darker. When you're mixing a color, mix the value first. In other words, I want to get this value about right before I fret about the exact hue that I'm going for. So I'm getting something that's pretty close right now, and I'm just mixing phthalo blue and the transparent red iron oxide. And that just looks kind of gray, and I'm okay with that. Because this was just a block-in stage where we're just wanting to get these colors 70-80% close. My favorite color is color of the transition. So I'm going to transition it to even a brighter blue. As I go this way, I'm going to make it go more green. So that gives that color down there a nice transition. And then for that lightest color, I could almost do just plain old white, because it's a really light color, but I'm going to mix a little bit of both of my yellows into it, and this is going to become our streak of sunshine.
How long did your toning dry before you started painting?
This here I painted about 2 hours ago, and I put it in the sunshine in my backyard.
So there is no chance it's going to mix in with this.
I don't think so. This is kind of a first go around on the trees, so I don't feel like I've got to be real exact. I just kind of want to get stuff in there that looks tree-ish. Now these trees down here are farther away, so I'm going to mix these 2 yellows into it. That's going to push those back just a little farther. See how that lighter color kind of reads like a little bit farther away? Okay, let's just try this out. That color might work. So I'm going to start working on this foreground now and give us a little bit of texture and action in that foreground grass. So I think I'm going to start with the little bit of bright green, which is right on the edge of the sun and shadow. In the dark shade, there's not enough light to see it, but right on the edge you can see the green. So it's kind of fun to put that bright green bit right in between sun and shade. As I come down, it very quickly becomes a cool green, because once it gets into those shadows, you're not seeing the light on it, so all the highlights become cool highlights in the shadows. So like a blade of grass that's catching light, it's going to be a light blue instead of a bright green as it comes down here. And some of what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to add texture. It's not so much about painting a bunch of little tiny blades of grass or anything like that. It's more about just adding enough texture that makes it feel like there's blades of grass catching light in this area. And I keep grabbing new colors. Almost every time I reach down, I want a different color on my brush. All right, I'm having fun, Joe. I don't know if you are, but
I am having lots of fun. This is looking really nice. I don't think we've ever done anything quite like this.
Yeah, this is kind of an unusual look. I want to try flipping some flowers into this foreground. So, wish me luck.
Are you going to use the flicking technique?
The flicking technique, yes. Okay, here we go.
It's another one I haven't seen you do in a while.
I need bigger chunks of paint though. And I'm going to pull in my just a little bit lighter, and this is going to make me some bigger type flowers in here. And just a little bit of this goes a long way. I'm going to make some that are a little more yellow, but I want white mixed into the yellow so that it feels like it's shadow yellow. You've got yellow flowers in shadow on a day like this. You kind of have to have white in it, or else it's going to read like sunshine is somehow hitting these little flowers. See, that's almost too warm. Because you see how that almost feels like it's in the sunshine?
Yep.
So now I got a little bit more white there in it. And notice I kind of put these in between the trees. So you can kind of picture these branches coming together. As they come together, there's gaps in between them.
Oh, I see. So they're kind of like sky holes.
Yeah, exactly. They're sky holes that are catching the distant peaks instead of the sky.
I was just thinking I'd love to have a big triptych of this type of scene.
Yeah,
for my living
that'd
room.
be fun.
Yeah. You taught me that term. I have one in my living room, but I didn't know that was what it was called.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the triple painting thing.
Yeah.
Just in case there's anybody watching this that doesn't know what a triptych is. Am I saying it right?
Uh-huh, yeah. Yeah, let's put a signature on this and call it done.
Sounds good.
We had a lot of fun painting this mountain scene from Crested Butte, Colorado. I was way up on top of the ski area. Glad you joined us. Hope to see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the highlights in this, learning how to do splatters, bright light streaking across the hill. A lot of fun things we did in this. If you want the full video, click on that link below. Thanks.